YouTube, what's going on? This is Bigar coming at you with another video. Now, this is a little bit of a different video for me. I usually post gameplays and I usually post CFM gameplays. I usually post a little bit of pack openings. But today I want to give you a little preview on CFM. CFM is something that I'm really passionate about. I really enjoy that game mode. That game mode, to me, reinvigorated my real love for Madden. I love the team building aspect. I love trading with other users. I love trash talking with other users. And if you guys are interested, I'm working for a CFM called Madden Underground. I'm doing a little bit of work. I've done a little bit of commentary. And I want you guys to visit the site. Get on the waiting list. They've got a lot of big things planned. Now, the thing is, you might not get in to the Pro League, but there is a Sim League. I think there's going to be a Fantasy Draft League. They do a lot of great work over here. Now, I'm going to leave a link in the description. Please go check them out. They are growing. They're fast-growing money league. A fast-growing money league. Again, you can join a Sim League. You can join the Pro League, which I'm going to be in. And you can join the Fantasy Draft League. That has no abilities. It is on you to make the scheme and to draft the team. So what I want to talk about today is the teams, 5 teams I believe that are sleepers, teams that aren't going to be on the caliber of the Seahawks or the Niners or the Ravens or the Chiefs or the Eagles or the Cowboys. Not one of those teams. They're not going to be able to compete day one, but they've got a ton of potential. I call them sleeper teams. So usually people aren't really looking at these teams. Everybody wants the Chiefs. Everybody wants those big, highly rated teams that you can compete with now. I want to talk to you about teams that it's going to take a season or two to build these teams up. But when these teams get built up, boy, look out, because they are going to be teams to be reckoned with. The first team are the Washington Redskins. The Washington football team. It's going to take a little bit to get used to. So I want to show you guys, they have speed. A lot of these teams are going to have speed in certain spots. These guys have speed everywhere. They got Fabian Moreau. They got Terry McLaurin. Troy Apke, the CFM god. He is a perfect user, 94 speed. You got Emmanuel Hall, got some good, decent speed. Bryce Love is a good, solid running back. Ronald Darby, not my favorite player in the world, being an Eagles fan, but, speed. Right here is what I want to show you guys. Montez Sweat, right end, 91 speed. I think he's the fastest defensive end in the game. He's super young. You can develop him. Imagine in Season 2 when he's a 90 overall. And he's just block shedding everybody. That is going to be a scary proposition. They also have a young quarterback that you can develop, which is going to be a little bit of a theme here. It's going to be a little bit of a theme. If you have a young quarterback, I'm way more interested in you than if you had, say, like Phillip Rivers on the Colts. That's kind of a turnoff for me. I want a good young quarterback that I can develop. I don't want to have to worry about my quarterback situation in the coming seasons. That is not a fun thing, having a declining quarterback. Because if you can't make throws, it's going to be very hard to run the ball, to move the ball. Now, the rest of their roster, you look at it and you're like, Sean Davis is a very solid player. They're not going to be highly rated. I understand that. Dwayne Haskins is a 70 overall. He's very, very... what's the word I'm looking for? He's very serviceable, and you can develop him. He's only been in the league for a year. Don't overlook this team. They have a ton of speed, especially with Troy Apke. Also, Alex Smith. Shout out to Alex Smith. Not my favorite quarterback in the world, but you gotta admire the toughness and the grit to get medically cleared to come back from that gruesome leg injury he had. The next team is the Arizona Cardinals. Now, this team might be the team that, if I'm in a spot where I'm picking and all the big teams have been picked, this team might be my pick. They got DeAndre Hopkins. They got Chandler Jones, Patrick Peterson. We all know about these guys. Larry Legend. He's probably not very usable, but they have things that make up for it. Still got Budda Baker. They have a good running back. They have some young DBs like Isaiah Simmons and Byron Murphy, Christian Kirk, Kyler Murray, the most underrated quarterback in this game. I really think Madden got it wrong with this guy. 91 speed. They got it wrong with him, but he's going to be very easy to develop. He's young. You're going to be able to throw the rock with him. They also have Hassan Riddick, De'Vondre Campbell. They have Jordan Hicks. Their line is very lacking, and I understand that, but I think that's something you can fix in a season or two. It's not the end of the world. We're gonna look at the speed rating. We're gonna look at him. Andy Isabella, like 95 speed. You have 3 serviceable receivers and Larry Fitz. The problem with Larry Fitz is he's just too slow. If he were at tight end, per se, which some leagues are going to allow you to do, they're going to allow you to put Larry Fitzgerald at tight end, and then he's usable. And that's going to be huge. And a lot of other things, 92 speed, Johnny Dixon, Jalen Davis, you can use him in the slot if you need be. Robert Alford, 91 speed. But you guys get the gist. Now, the thing they do lack, they lack a lot. And that is the offensive line. Their highest offensive lineman, who's rated, I think, is 76 overall. That's never ideal. And I understand that. But I'm pretty sure you can go find somebody on free agency right as the game drops, right as your league starts, to fill that void. Also, if you're not loving their pass rush, because I don't think they have much, I think they have one guy who can pass rush. Jadeveon Clowney is still a free agent as of this video. If he hasn't been signed by launch day, you can go get Jadeveon Clowney. But make sure you're fast, because everybody in that league is going to want to go and get Jadeveon Clowney. The next team is the Miami Dolphins. Now, they had a huge offseason. They're bringing in some big-time players in Kyle Van Noy, Byron Jones, and Matt Breida. They also have a plethora of draft picks from a bunch of teams, the Texans being the main one, over the Laramie Tunsil trade. Now, you got some decent speed at linebacker. The thing they are lacking is pass rush, but they do have some fast receivers. They got fast DBs, and that's a huge start. Because you never want to have a slow secondary. Because if you don't have a real pass rush, you need a fast secondary. It's just the rules. I don't make them. I just play by them. So, and they also have a young quarterback that you can develop. They also have Ryan Fitzpatrick if you want to go that route. I wouldn't, but hey, a lot of people like Ryan Fitzpatrick. I think Tua can be someone special. They also have Jerome Baker, an 89 speed middle linebacker. That's a really good user in Madden. 89 speed is a very good user. Eric Rowe, you can play strong safety. He's not the greatest, but again, you got here. That's the person you want to look at. Tua Tagovailoa. He is going to be good. I think he's going to be good. They also have Camille Grugier-Hill, who's going to also be a pretty dang good user. So they have speed at linebacker. Pass rush is where they're going to lack. It's just what it is. Offensive line is where they're going to lack. So in the trenches, they are going to lack. That is probably why I think they're the 31st ranked team in Madden. The trenches are not their strong spot. But I feel like, again, Jadeveon Clowney is out there. You can go get him. He's still unsigned as of this video. So the fourth team are the Cincinnati Bengals. The Cincinnati Bengals have one thing: speed, 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 speed. They also have very good players. Joe Mixon's a very good player. AJ Green's a very good player. Geno Atkins, a very good player. DJ Reader, you can make into a very good player. Carlos Dunlap is a solid player. William Jackson is a very good player. Jesse Bates a good player. Trey Waynes is fast. But the thing is, you have these two. You got Joe Burrow and you have John Ross. Those two are going to be a tandem. Like, in Madden, speed kills, and John Ross is one of the faster receivers in the game. I don't understand why he's a 96 speed. It might be because he's been injured, but he has the fastest combine speed ever, and I feel like that warrants 99 speed. Madden disagrees, but it's either here nor there. He's still very fast. The thing they are lacking, though, is the offensive line. The offensive line is brutal. It is brutal, ladies and gentlemen. Brutal. I think the highest rated guy is 72 overall, Jonah Williams. That is a problem, because then the next highest rated player on the offensive line is a left guard in Billy Price. The center with 68 overall. You are going to get sacked in the first season, but you can fix this. You can draft. You can go out in free agency after season 1. Again, these are not teams you can honestly really compete with unless you are an unbelievable player. Tony Brown, 94 speed. Again, they have speed. They have speed. And that is a very good thing. So I'm going to go back to the previous. We're going to look at the speed. 96 speed, John Ross. 94 speed, Tony Brown. 93 speed, 93 speed, Brandon Wilson, good user, 92 speed, Darius Phillips. They have speed everywhere on that secondary. Now, the offensive line is atrocious. The worst offensive line, I think, in the game. I don't think there is a worse offensive line. When your highest guy is 72 overall in that offensive line, you are going to get sacked. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The next team is the Jacksonville Jaguars. And not like the Bengals that I just said, this offensive line isn't too bad. This offensive line isn't that bad. Now, they have a good center, they have a good left guard. Fournette's still there, 92 speed. They are super young on defense. That is the biggest reason. They are so young on defense. They still have Yannick Ngakoue as of this video. He could get traded. You still get Clowney out there. You can make it a super defense. They have Josh Allen, an 81 overall. He is a very good pass rusher. Miles Jack, a very good coverage linebacker. They have fast receivers, DJ Shark, D.D. Westbrook. They also have very good secondary. A very fast secondary, I should say. They have C.J. Henderson as a rookie. DJ Hayden's not too terrible. They have another rookie in Clavon Chiasen. He is very, very good. Rashawn Melvin, 89 speed. Maybe you could put him at safety. But we're going to speed, and look at this. They have Perry Nickerson, 95 speed. Chris Claybrooks, 94 speed. C.J. Henderson, we just mentioned. Chris Conley at 92 speed. They have speed everywhere. 90 speed at strong safety, 69 overall. They're not highly rated. The thing that's going to be their downfall is the quarterback position. I am not a huge fan of Gardner Minshew. I just don't get it. I understand if you want to use him, he's still young. He's still a very young player. You can win with him. The rest of their offensive line isn't great. It's not too terrible, but it's not great either. But quarterback, I think, is what holds this team back. And that, to me, is going to be a little bit of their downfall. Maybe you can go find somebody in free agency before the season. I'm not a fan. And then I feel like if I took this team, I'm playing 1 year with Gardner Minshew and I'm drafting somebody else. But anyway, let me know what you guys thought. Who do you think are some teams that are slept on? Please don't say Chiefs. Everybody wants the Chiefs. Who do you think are teams that are being a little overlooked? I'm going to leave the link for Madden Underground in the description below. Please go sign up. You might not get in the league at first, but believe me, it is very active. People bounce usually. I promise you will get in at some point. PS4, Xbox, you want to be in the fantasy draft league, you want to be in the regular league, or the sim league. If you're a sim player, the sim league is a very good league. Again, this has been BGuard. Follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/bguard_21. Follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/bguard21. This has been BGuard, and I'm signing off. Peace.